Hi Virgo, this is Corey, and you're on the Collective Soul Tarot channel. It's actually K for Corey, okay? But it's Corey. Okay, so welcome to the Collective Soul Tarot channel and your reading, Virgo. So we're going to start off with the Zodiac 108 to find out the past, present, and future energies for your reading. Then we're going to do Lenormand and Tarot after that. So Archangel Michael, what is the past, present, and near future energy for our Virgos? Alright, we got past energy is family. Family, loyalty, faithful, allegiance, parents, children, siblings, fidelity, commitment, trust, affection, support, systems, origins, tribe, dependable, sincere, and kindred spirits. That's past energy. Okay, that's number 4, by the way, is also foundation. It's like that's your foundation. That's your support system. You see the 4 on there. Alright, and your present day is heart and home. Happy home, security, love, kindness, family, belonging, bliss, contentment, comfort, established, fulfilled, legacy, boundaries, affection, peace, heart's desire, and longevity. And it's a 6 number, which is about family and love. This is beautiful so far, guys. Hang on a second, my tablecloth. Okay, and we got changing, number 5. Yes, no. See what? Yes, no. Changing. Changing. At this time, the situation is in a state of flux. Anything could happen. So that's what you have to look for. You have to, just around the corner, expect that something's going to change with respect to the harmonious life you're living right now with your family situation, that stability and security that you have, the heart and home, the happy home and stuff like this. That doesn't mean that's going to be anything negative. It could actually mean there could be a new addition to the family. It could be a baby or a pet or something, right? So let's find out. I don't really have to explain those cards any further right now, those energies. Things are looking for you right now, presently, very nice. You're sitting in security and contentment, comfort, you're established. Everything is good. Everything is good. It couldn't be better, right? Let's find out what we have. We have occupation. Aha. Okay. Then let's see the present, courthouse. Okay. And the future is, well, anybody's guess. It's kind of like number 44 is the angel's number. It's also a master number, but it's the magnifying glass. So something that needs to be very much scrutinized, looked at, taken seriously. Yes, so occupation, family. Now this could be a family, metaphorically, like it might represent that feeling that you have when you're working with a company that you may have been with for a long time and you've established a very good role in the company. You might have moved up in the ranks, that kind of thing. But this is something that you really enjoy doing, because this particular energy is about enjoying something, doing something. And it's 34, which is 7. It has to do with it's like a divine calling for you. It is something that is in the light for you. It's good. It's good for you. It's been good for you. And that the people you work with and the work you do and the people you service and provide services to through your company, whatever, everybody's just one big happy family. I think about with my husband. He works at a company that it's a saw filing production, the wood production company, and he was in a position where he was a head saw filer. So he's not doing that anymore, but he was a head saw filer. During that time, many salespeople would come around the the people who would sell saws to the company he worked for. Saws and the machines that the saws run on, and other things that the tradesmen use to hammer out saws to get them ready and all that sort of stuff. They would come by the place where he works on a regular rotation all the time, and oftentimes when they did that, they want to take him out for dinner, and because he's married or with somebody, they also want to take the spouse too. They want to get to know their clients that they're servicing, and therefore it became the point where we started to get to know these salesmen, really kind of not really intimately, but well enough to feel like we like these people and we're going to know these people for a long time. And even if no one's working in their current role that they're working in right now, we're still going to know about that person. We're just going to find out things about that person, talk to them afterwards, that sort of thing. We're friends. And with all these people involved in just the workings of this one company, it feels like one great big family. And in the company itself, with all the people that came to work in that company, they always had like Christmas parties and other type of parties where everybody and their kids would come. We got to know so many people and their children, their families. And it was like that particular company, whenever you said that, the name of that particular company, the first thing you think of is family. You just felt like you belonged there. You felt warm and secure there. It was just, it was a very good, just a good situation all around with that company. They were a family-oriented company, though they provided wood, cut wood to the globe, all over the place. But it's great. It was great. Anyways, that's what it kind of was. It could be something like that, where you go to your job and you enjoy it so much, and the people and the other people that you get services from or provide services to, everybody's just one big happy family, And so you're feeling good right now in that place. But you know how it goes with spiritual development and personal growth, is that you've got to, the courthouse is all about, it's time to bring things to, let's see, how could we say that? Where it's going to be heard by the judge, right? This is like the lawyer bringing the case to the court, to be heard by the judge and jury, whatever. It's something that's got to be tried. Okay? Tried. So you're in a happy place right now. You're in a happy place right now, but it's going to be tried. And this is the change that's going to be trying it. Trying your happiness, trying your contentment, trying your security and stability. It's going to be something that you're going to want to really look at closely, because it's going to be demanding that much change from you. That you want to make sure that if it's like a contract thing, that all the I's are dotted, T's are crossed, and it's fair. It's fair for everyone concerned. Holy moly, guys. And I think this is all positive myself. I don't want you to be afraid. It feels like it's positive. It's such a big change. It's a change that you have to say yay or nay to. Yeah, and it's coming. It's not now, but it's making that progression. It's going from the information stage where your lawyer collects all the information, has its people in the lawyer's office do all this kind of research on the situation that's been brought to them to try in court. They've gathered all the information, and now it's going through the process from that to actually being written up in some legal documents that this is what is going to be submitted to court. And these are legal binding documents that are going to be submitted to court for them to be heard by the judge, to be, defended or whatever. Defended so that a decision can be made on which direction it's going to go for you. And I'm not saying that this is out of your hands. I'm saying this is you doing this. Okay? So, let's find out what the Major Arcana card is that wants to talk to us about this. We got the Hermit. Yeah, Hermit, that's like turning inward and seeking the light, seeking guidance. And this is, you know, they call these counselors in other countries. They don't call them counselors here. They're lawyers. But they call them counselors. And counselors are people, you know, depending on what kind of counselor we're talking about, counselors are people who you can go to seek advice. Now, if it's a lawyer, obviously, you're seeking advice about some kind of legal matter. If it's a mental health counselor, then you're seeking advice about how to manage your emotional discord right now, your mental and emotional discord right now. So that's what the Hermit does. This little kitty's on their iPad doing some research, looking for some ways to help them overcome their heartbreak with the little hearts right there that are broken. Then we have the 20, that's Judgment. 20 is the Judgment card. Major Arcana. So we've got two Major Arcanas here. And the Judgment card. So the Judgment is about making a decision, isn't it? So you've gathered your facts. You know your stuff. You know your craft. You know what it is, Virgo. And Virgo, you're hard workers. And you're meticulous. Oh my goodness. You're meticulous. You're very organized. I have a sister and a father. Well, he's passed now, but very, very meticulous. Very committed. Committed to whatever it is that they're doing. And they do it to the nines. Like there's no messing around with a Virgo energy. They are, if they're going to do any kind of organizing, it's going to be organized so meticulously that if they're organizing like a stockroom, for example, you'd be able to find it easily because it'll be all listed somewhere in alphabetical or numerical order, and it's just going to look pretty. It's you know, if you got your pantry or your cupboards, you got all your canned goods in there, all the labels on the can are going to be facing the same direction out, you know, so you can see them, see what you got in your cupboards. There's no fussing around going in there, okay, what's this one, what's that one. You just open up the door and go, okay, I got this and I got that and I got that, and you know how many and stuff like that. So it's like you are definitely in the energy of making sure that it's decision-making time. It's decision-making time. You're seeking the guidance that you need. And it could be legal advice. It could be mental health, I guess. Like I said before. It could be divine guidance. It could be any kind of like consulting. Maybe you're being asked to take on a consultant's job with your company, which means you're going to be traveling a lot. You're not going to be able to be at home where your heart is, heart and home. You're not going to be around your family as much, but it's still with the same company, but you're going to be doing some consultant work, which means you're going to be working a certain area. You might become a general manager of a particular division or whatever of an area that you'll be either traveling through routinely, doing routinely, you know, doing the rounds kind of thing, like I was talking about the salesman, right? Or you're going to be over people who are doing that. And so you might have to actually go on the road as well from time to time to make sure that what your subordinates are doing, they're doing what they need to do for these companies, because these companies' involvement in your company is very important. It's integral. And so you want to make sure that your subordinates who are doing the one that are going around as like salesmen or whatever, or consultants, that they are following company policy and protocol and making their vendors happy, making their people happy, so that they want to continue doing business with the company you work for. That kind of thing. So, I'm talking company because Virgo is a workaholic. Can be a workaholic. Virgo's just like, not necessarily say likes to work, but doesn't mind it, right? Okay. Especially when you can do it your way. Yeah, it's all good. All right. So we got the Emperor Wow, yeah, you are established. You are established in whatever the situation, whether it's family, marriage, company, working for a company, maybe you have your own business and you're the boss of it, Emperor. Okay, you definitely are established. King of Swords. And you know, you've got people working or around you that support you, who are helping you stay elevated, helping you stay, in your lane, on your track, out of trouble. Okay, you've got people that you can go to for advice. Now, again, you're going to be seeking advice possibly from a person like this, who could be a lawyer, because the King of Swords can be that particular person, a lawyer, like the courthouse one here. All right, so it's all falling together here. It's all lining up nice. And so we have the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords, that's, up in your head, oh my God, things have been so good, and things have been like running like clockwork here, and I love doing what I'm doing every day, and I love getting out of bed in the morning and doing what I do, and knowing where I'm going, and knowing what I need to do, and what is expected of me, and all this sort of stuff. Now suddenly it's being brought to me that I need to try something else. But it's still with the same knowledge. I've still taken the same knowledge with me of all the knowledge and wisdom I've gained from the years that I've been doing this. I'm taking it with me, but I just got to use it in a different role, a different capacity. And that's got you up in your head. It's got you worried. You're consulting with your people that you would rely on for support that way. And taking whatever the new contract might be that they're asking you to take on, taking it to your people to make sure everything is copacetic, right? All good. And so we've got the Nine of Cups, and it's like you're going to be feeling really, really good. I mean, you are sitting and indulgent right now because things have been easy enough. I'm not saying they've been like easy to the point where, oh yeah, anybody could do this. No, it's easy just because you've grown into it. You've grown into it. It's become it's like the back of your hand. You know the back of your hand so well. You're just not someone else new coming into it wouldn't have that same experience. You're feeling like it's everything's good. This is good just the way it is. I don't need anything to change. I don't. It's good. Let's just keep doing it this way. But you're gonna be surprised. You're gonna find out that things are gonna go better than you expect. You've got the Page of Pentacles right here. This is the offer coming in. Page of Pentacles. It's like the pages they're all about messengers. They bring information in. They bring information in, but it's also a page is about learning. It's about being the student kind of thing. So someone's bringing information to you. It's going to be something that's an offer where you're going to have to kind of change your focus, changes the dynamic slightly of whatever it is that you're involved in right now, that you're being asked to sort of give up or to expand on. Yeah. So, but look at this. We got the Two of Cups. I mean, that's partnering. That's partnering. This could also be romantic if you want to look at it that way too. That's fine. But this is partnering. This is entering into a partnership. So you are going to do it. You're going to look at all the small print of the contract, whatever is being asked of you. You're going to be asking questions, taking a look at it very, very discernfully, making sure that it's going to be something that is not going to threaten your employment ability to the point where it's not a fly-by-night thing that they want to get you into now, that it's so novel or new or whatever that it's not tried and true, because you're 56 years old. Let's just say you're 56 years old. You're doing good where you are right now. You could keep doing that until you're 60 or 65, where you can retire. You're looking forward to retiring. But now suddenly they want you to go on the road because they want to give you this really great promotion. Yeah. And it's going to have you earning another $20,000 a year than what you're already making good money already. And you can see what you can do with that money. You really do, with retirement, to helping children and grandchildren with their education and whatnot. So you really have to be looking at the situation from how is this going to be just a short-term fly-by-night kind of thing that I'm going to it could actually threaten my livelihood because they might shut down that part of the company and they won't have a place for me when that time comes, if that time comes, or is it going to be a long-term commitment that my company is making? That is, it's something that or it's already being done. It's just that they need somebody because someone's retired and they need someone else to kind of step into their shoes. And you're going to get this pay, and you're going to have these annual bonuses, and you're going to have an extra 3 weeks of vacation time a year on top of what you're already getting. It's all really great, and they'll pay for not only give you a bonus once a year. As a second bonus, they actually give you and your spouse a trip to Hawaii, for a week vacation. And that doesn't come out of your weekly vacation allotment. That's on top of that. So, you're going to look at it and you're going to say, it looks lovely. It looks pretty good. I hope that it is all that it seems to be, kind of thing. But that's what you're going to need to have to figure out, right? By having a good look at it to make sure. You're going to talk to your higher-ups about it and other people, and you're just going to ask them for as much assurance as possible that things are, this is a good decision for you to make, a good change for you to make in your life. So I was asking while I was still talking, this is the Five of Wands. I was asking the Divine, what is it that... what was I asking? Remember now. Five of Wands. I was asking, and I said, you're going to have to decide. Yeah, the internal conflict. I was asking what is it that they're going to need to, like Virgo's going to need to consider, so that they can feel more assured moving forward that this is a good path for you to go, a good decision to make to say yes to this. Okay, and it was the internal conflict that came out is the Five of Wands, internal conflict. You're having, you're going to have a great deal of internal conflict, and I don't blame you. I would too, because if you've got it good and you've been doing this for so long and whatnot, that to be asked to make this kind of change where it's plucking you out of your everyday environment into another environment where you might be in a different office or a different area of the building, new people and whatnot, that sort of stuff, and also in your car, going from place to place. This is just the example I'm talking about, but you please apply it to yours, to whatever's going on in your life at this time, that you're being asked to make a change. You're going to be being asked to make a change. You're not necessarily seeing that or hearing that right now, but you will very, very, very soon. And it's going to throw you into some internal conflict. But the Two of Cups here, it's all about making that decision to partner up. But it's going to be scary. I'm going to say it's going to be something that's going to cause some inner conflict within you, that this is just maybe all too much, all too new, all too much, all too new, kind of going back and forth about stuff like that. And then you've got the Seven of Swords, and you're wondering now, is this the direction I should be going? Because Seven of Swords can be non-revealing, let's just say. It can be secretive. It can be feeling deceptive. You want to know for sure when you talk to your higher ups, as I mentioned before, that you're going to squell or squash your inner conflict by getting them to come out with the God honest truth about what it's like to be in that role. And you might even ask to speak to the previous employee if you're filling someone else's shoes, that you get the chance to actually speak to the previous employee about what they thought of the job and how they experienced it. If it's a good decision to make to be in that role, you want to make sure that anything that might be hidden, might be deceptive. You love your company, you trust your company, but still they're asking you to do something that you really have honed in on and made it your own, to do something different. And so you want to make sure that you're not being taken for a ride right here. And that deception is just a heartbeat away, and that you're, like I said before, you don't want to end up feeling like your livelihood is being threatened, and that this ends up being something that's just fly by night, and they end up closing that section down of the company, and they don't do that anymore for at least a while. And now suddenly you don't have a position, a role in the company, and they retire you. And then we have the moon. Like there's just so many uncertainties that you have about that you're going to have, because this is a going to have about all of this. But that's normal. I would say it's very, very normal. Things are not as clear to you up front, but as I promise you, as you start working it, because the divine is saying, you're carefully scrutinizing this, right? You're putting it under the magnifying glass, right? You're doing this under the magnifying glass, and that's what the divine wants you to do, so that you can make a decision that is going to be a well-informed, you're informed decision maker of the offer that you've been made. And then we have the 10 of Swords. Boy, oh boy. It looks like you are like in this energy of, holy cow, am I going to be sabotaged? Am I going to be backstabbed? Am I going to be let down and disappointed and left bleeding to death if I make this decision to go that way? So Archangel Michael, can we help Virgo a bit with, this is how their Virgo is thinking, going to be coming to think about the offer, okay? But how is it going to, what's the outcome of all this worry and concern about being, taken advantage of and betrayed and whatnot? Things being not very unclear, and with the 7 of Swords, is there any deception that you need to be able to bring into the light? With the 5 of Wands, it's all your internal conflict about all of this. But again, the divine is saying, do this, and that's you dotting your I's and crossing your T's. You do your research, you do work. You, like I said, you might even want to talk to the previous employer, if that's a situation, who was in the job that they are asking you to do right now. What is it going to be? Is it 4 of Cups? Yes, the 4 of Cups. 4 of Cups is looking at what has spilt and not seeing the one coming in. The one cup that is like all the goodness for you. The offer of, this is a good thing. You've got a good thing coming your way, you just don't see it. You don't see it, so it's like you have to go through some conflict and worry and concern and disappointment, dissatisfaction with not having enough information. You have to go through that, and in order for you to be able to feel like you've gained what you need to know, and that's when you turn around and you see, okay, here's the silver lining. And we got the 3 of Pentacles. The 3 of Pentacles is about making the decision to do the collaboration, to work with your company, to work with the people involved, to take it on, to start a new foundation. This was your foundation. You're going to be rebuilding your foundation in this work here. But do your due diligence, as they say in the court of law. Do your due diligence. Be concerned. Have inner conflict. That's all good. That's all very, very good. It's like you were moving away from something that is so solid and secure for you to something that is like very fairy, or just like totally out there for you, nothing that you thought you'd ever do or be asked to do. You want to do your due diligence and get the information you need so that you can say, I've been well informed, I have got my information, and I am, now that I have the information I need, I am going to take it to my family. And when you turn around and you take it back to your family and say, okay, I've made up my mind about something, when you turn around, you're going to see that there is a silver lining to this. And what that silver lining could be, as anybody's guess. Silver lining could be that they're going to give you a month to be able to make the transition from this to that. And while they are giving you that month, they're going to take you for a couple of days a week for the next 4 weeks to the new location that you've got to go to, and they're going to ask you, they're going to tell you to bring your spouse with you, or the person you are romantically involved with, if you have one. And if it's not, it could be your dog. So they're going to try and make the transition as smooth as possible. That could be a silver lining with that fourth cup that you don't see right now, but they're not going to tell you that until you give them an indication that you've done your due diligence and that you're considering it. It's just one last thing you need to do is to make sure that your family's on board with it. You're going to go back to your family and talk to them about, and that's when they say, okay, we're happy that you're considering this and that you want to take it back to your family to discuss, and we definitely encourage you to do that. That's the smartest thing to do, and that's what we'd want you to do as a company. So what we want you to know is that we're going to give you 30 days to make the transition, and we're going to have you 2 days a week from what you're doing right now to go to this new area that you're going to be general managing over, whatever. And we want you to bring your spouse or your dog with you, okay? So that while you're there for those 2 days, we're going to wine and dine you while you're there, and we want your spouse to be there, seeing all of it, seeing the new area, being part of it too. And we want to take care of you that way. So I think it's all very positive and wonderful, but it's always up to everyone, of course. So take care of yourself. Best of luck with this. This is very interesting reading, Virgo, and I wish you all the best. Take care of yourself. Bye for now.